statute, there is no higher rank between them. Both of them, Your Excellencies, are subsidiary means of determining the content of international law.
But judicial decisions come earlier than if you have to be literal, it comes earlier, right? Judicial decisions and the teachings of the highly qualified officers.
Yes, Your Excellency, certainly that is the wording. However, that does not mean, Your Excellency, that there is a hierarchy between them. Please note, Your Excellencies, that even in Article 38, paragraph 1, subparagraph A, B, and C, there is no hierarchy among the primary sources of international law, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, may I move to my next submission?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Allow me now to move to my submission against the government of Fudalan. Your Excellency, it is our submission that the government of Fudalan breached its special duty under the 1961 Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations when it failed to take all appropriate steps necessary to protect the Donevalan premises as well as the persons of its diplomatic agents. Your Excellencies,
time is extended by 5 minutes.
Thank you very much for your indulgence. Your Excellencies, the premises of diplomatic mission are under international law inviolable. Thus, Article 22, paragraph 2 of the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations provides that the receiving state shall take has a special duty to take all appropriate steps necessary to protect the diplomatic premises from any attack, Your Excellencies, or any damage to its property, as well as the peace.
Miss Tbilisi's writings caused furor in your country. Surely your kidnapping of her in Fudalan would have outraged their people as well, isn't it? So, I mean, you would have seen it coming.
That's a possibility, Your Excellency.
Like a meteor. Must have come to you like a meteor.
That's a very nice analogy, Your Excellency. It's a possibility, Your Excellency.
Aside compliments, can you now answer the question?
Certainly, Your Excellency.
Dispense with the compliment, get on with the answer.
Certainly. Your Excellency, the obligation of the government of Fudalan is independent from the proximate cause of the protest rallies, Your Excellencies. Even if
they made police available.
Your Excellencies, they assigned only 5 police personnels compared or against 300 riotous mob protesters. Mathematically, Your Excellencies, that's only 1 policeman for every 60 protesters. Certainly, Your Excellencies, these policemen were bound to be overwhelmed and overcome by the mob rioters, as in fact they were able to do so. They invaded our diplomatic premises and in the process damaged our property, hurt.
You mean they mean the government of Fudalan invaded, or are they the agents? You denied that the abductees of Miss Tbilisi were the agents of the government of Donegal. Obviously, it is far less removed from the government of Fudalan. Those who enter the compound, they are by no means agents of the government of Fudalan.
Yes, Your Excellencies, we agree that they are not agents of Fudalan, and we are not holding Fudalan responsible for the attack itself. We are holding Fudalan responsible for its failure. Certainly, Your Excellencies, for the omission of its special duty under Article 22, paragraph 2 of the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations.
Reasonable steps to protect.
Certainly, Your Excellencies. Your Excellencies, the agents of Fudalan may later on come before this honorable court and claim force majeure or accident to preclude the wrongfulness of their acts, Your Excellencies.
I think you don't have to jump the stile before you reach it. Listen to what you have to say first.
Certainly, Your Excellency. Your Excellencies, the principle of inviolability extends to the persons of diplomatic agents. That is why, Your Excellencies, under Article 29 of the same convention, the host state shall take all appropriate steps to protect the person of diplomatic agents. The International Law Commission, in its commentaries to the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, has interpreted this special duty as meaning that the host state shall take steps over and above what it does in ordinary circumstances, and even to the extent of providing special guards to diplomatic agents. Your Excellencies, what happened in this case? In this case, Your Excellencies, apparently, one of the military police of the government of Fudalan made a warning shot. And in the process, Your Excellencies, the third secretary rather, of our diplomatic mission was shot. Your Excellencies, we question the competence of the military police. If a military police is to give a warning shot, Your Excellencies, why would someone, as having a high position as a diplomatic agent, be hurt by a warning shot?
What was he doing there?
Your Excellencies, he was supposed to be keeping, or he was supposed to be controlling the mob protesters, Your Excellency.
He was acting within the scope of his authority.
Your Excellency,
the injury must have been accidental.
Your Excellency, at best, it was accidental.
If the shot had not been fired, you would say that they were not taking reasonable steps.
The compromise did mention that it was accidentally shot. Yeah, right. It was not. Obviously, it was not intentional. Obviously.
Certainly, Your Excellency.
So how can you go outside the agreed case?
We are not going outside the agreed case, Your Excellency.
So if he fired the shot, it must have been to warn the mob, not to proceed any further.
In that respect, Your
That would have
Excellency.
been appropriate steps.
In that respect, Your Excellency, we agree with the opinion of the honorable justices. However, Your Excellency,
So
that
you say
is
you
not.
don't have a case on this anymore.
We beg to disagree, Your Excellency. That does not dispense with the fact that there was injury suffered by our diplomatic agent.
You can't rely on that. My learned brother has already said it is accidental.
Your Excellencies, even if it was accidental, Your Excellency, the fact that there was injury suffered by our diplomatic agent makes them responsible at least for restitution of what occurred or what was suffered by our diplomatic agent.
That is really your case.
Yes, certainly, Your Excellencies. Your Excellencies, I see that my time is running out. May I proceed to my last submission? Thank you very much, Your Excellencies. Our last submission is that the nationalization of the Unicom telephone industry, as well as the compensation given to it, is consistent with international law. Here, Your Excellencies, we have 3 points. The first point is that the government of Fudalan does not have standing before this honorable court because Unicom telephone industry did not exhaust all available local remedies. The second point, Your Excellency, is that assuming, but not conceding again, Your Excellencies, that they have local standing before this honorable court, their claim will still not prosper because the nationalization and the compensation given to the telephone industry are consistent with the investment agreement between our government and the telephone industry. And lastly, Your Excellencies, and in addition, our nationalization and the compensation given to them are consistent with the principles of international law.
What is the relationship between Bergendon and the company between Foodland and the company concerned?
Your Excellencies, the company concerned is wholly owned by Cecilio Company, which is a national or rather.
It is a state apparatus. Time is extended by 5 minutes.
Thank you very much.
So it was a state apparatus.
We beg to disagree, Your Excellencies. It is not a state apparatus. It is, Your Excellency, a corporation incorporated under the laws of Fudalan.
If the telephone company were to suffer a loss, in the end, who will be the ultimate loser?
The ultimate loser, Your Excellency, will be the private persons who own this company, Your Excellency.
What about the state corporation?
Your Excellency.
What about the state? What about the state itself? I beg your pardon, not the state corporation. What about the state itself?
If at all, Your